Yeah, I can't wait to put balls in my mouth. How many balls do you reckon can fit in your mouth?
Everything is in Swedish.
Depends on the diameter.
So I can't even read what meatballs mean.
We're back. Well, I'm back. And I feel really, really tired. So I'm gonna go sleep, take a shower, and when I feel like making a video, I'll go back to it. So catch you in a few weeks. Bye. Oh, that's such a hacky technique. I hate it. We've got a lot to cover in this video. So get out of the way, roll the requisite travel montage.
In my suitcase, I'm on a plane. It's not a suitcase, it's more of a briefcase. I be on business. And my new place isn't a duplex, more of an Eastgate. I be gone tripping. Kiss the kids and kick the dog and fix the dinner, fix the faucet, wash the dish and wish for rain. And when it pours, make sure in the midst of all, you don't forget to call me to come back. Pardon me on that. I was too young. You was young too, but I was too young. What you want me to say? I'm a deadbeat dad. All the sex we had was my fault. The check she had wasn't enough to get by. It's my fault. I bought a new suitcase. I be gone tripping, only briefly. Probably wrong decision, but I can do it later if he got game. Oh, now he tripping. Got his own case, he dipping. Run like your pops, Junior.
Out of state feels great, but it's good to be home. Looking at the crib through the window. Sometimes the littlest things in life don't seem so big till you're grown. Take it for granted. Cement footsteps, smoke rings rotate with the planets, and the planets spin it off for the market crash. Oh shit, red alert, panic. Somehow the fuel in the left wing lead, then we all went down. My seatbelt be tight enough to keep me wired up. With a plane sprout off in the clouds, was lost in the dust. But they scoop me up in the cup and dump me off in the pal. Blow me in the wind over the mountain. Would I owe my accountant? What if they only found my suitcase? Would I be on Newsweek? What if I was newlywed with a newborn of 2 weeks? And my flight to the UK crashed in the Yukon. And I woke up on a distant beach with a peach in my mouth, sand in my hair and no shoes on. Where am I?
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Please come back one more, one more. Every other day is a trip, another suitcase. Flying high, blueberry sky inside my suitcase. Been gone for 2 days. Pack my memories in the bag inside my suitcase. Take it to the UK, somewhere on the cloud, flying high in a dream.
Now that's all fine and dandy, but this is assessment 5, baby. We have to make a piece of content about our own Eurotrip, our experiences, our highlights, our lessons. We have to tell our story. What I originally wanted to do was to be hacky. I wanted to copy Casey's version of the Vietnam book, and I wanted to make it about my Euro trip. And then I thought, I can't do that, not only because that would be plagiarism, but I'm not as good at making films. I figured out what I want to do and what I can probably achieve. My main takeaway is that we did a lot of it all wrong. Our task was to explore consumer culture, unravel and inspect the inner machinations of customers from the British, Swedish and Australian points of view. From my perspective, we did it all wrong. Let me preface this response with my bias. I'm a child of diaspora. A mixed race kid with a Northern Irish father and a Chinese mother raised in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. My interactions with culture have been a source of internal conflict in my life. I don't really fit in sometimes in Asian settings. I don't really fit in with Anglo settings. It can confuse me quite a bit. My past wrestlings with culture and my understandings of it definitely have influenced how I approach Eurotrip and my thoughts about it afterwards. By doing it all wrong, I mean that if our goal was to become truly immersed in culture, we went about it the wrong way. Sure, we went to landmarks and museums and universities and businesses, but it felt fake. The forced smiles and scripts made it feel like a zoo, where presenters were like zookeepers and cultural artifacts seemed like meerkats. Sometimes we might have brought too much of our own culture into the mix.
Loads and loads of pool tables and
Goldie, how you feeling, mate?
Feeling real good. Ready for the surf strumming, but yeah, other than that, it's been a good shift. The boys really got around us out there, and we implemented the game plan that we needed to, and it all went smoothly, and it paid off in the end.
Are you just taking a day at a time from here on out?
Day at a time from here on out. Yeah, see how things go. We'll do all the necessary warm downs, keep the regular routines that we've usually been keeping, and yeah, just keep things ticking over till next week.
Goldie, just one more question, mate. How important are the 1%ers?
1%ers make wins, mate. That's the only way to go about it, really. You know, you've got blokes out there just doing above and beyond, and it's those things outside of the game plan that really set the standard of how we should be performing as a team and keeps us separate from those below us on the table.
Thanks very much for your time, mate.
No worries, thank you.
This is symptomatic of the tourist experience. Rushing from place to place, trying to cram in as much as possible inside 2 weeks overseas. This resulting in only us understanding culture from a face value. I'm not, however, saying that we should have spent more time with people from England or Sweden. We had our fill. I don't really want to talk to people of that culture to understand it. I want to talk to immigrants. Those brought up in a specific culture and stayed in it don't know any different. They have nothing to compare it to. Immigrants, on the other hand, have sacrificed their homeland to find a better future, leaving their mother culture behind, having to adapt to a new one. By not talking to immigrants, we left a stone unturned. We missed out on key elements of culture that could only be really noticed by an outsider. We didn't hear from the huge Indian population in London. We didn't hear from any Syrian refugees in Sweden. It is all too common that the immigrant voice goes unheard. Stories from my dad about moving to 1970s country Victoria, he often felt like an outsider. An outsider probably because no one wanted to hear his story. Our story, our history and our heritage turned sour when neglected. I did have fun on Eurotrip. I really did. I had some of the best memories made from my entire academic career. But I wish we heard about culture from an immigrant perspective. A perspective maybe with greater scope and depth that we were yet to realise. Not only for the gain of us as students trying to learn about culture, but to listen to the stories of dreamers hoping for a better life.
1, 2, 3, 4.